Hello, this is the first part of the Sacristan duties video. This video is not meant to take the place of the manual. Make sure you go through the entire manual, look at everything in there first. That will familiarize you with what you are expected to do. One other thing you should do before the weekend is to get the readings from the lay rector or the head spiritual advisor. If you can, arrive on Wednesday. If you can't, get there early Thursday morning and familiarize yourself with the church and the light switches. As soon as you enter the chapel, on both sides of the door, you will see there's a little white square that's a dimming light. It'll dim the lights in the back up or down. If you want to turn them off completely, just press and hold the center for a few seconds and they will turn off. As you proceed forward into the sacristy, on the left-hand side, you will see the fire extinguisher. There is a light switch there. That light switch will turn on the sanctuary. If you continue and go up past and beyond the altar, in the back, behind the green and gold wall, this light switch is on the left side. It controls the hall lights back there, and it also controls the lights on the crown above the altar. Those lights on the crown should be on the entire time except for during the visitation. The sacristy itself is located behind the reredos. That is the green, black, and gold wall that is behind the altar. You can enter it from the left side or the right side. The left side is the top image here. On this side, you will find there is a place to hang the vestment. There's also a closet to the left of the window with other vestments. They have seasonal color vestments and some albs. Also, in this cabinet here, this long closet, you will find the monstrance that we will use, extra chalices, extra bread boxes or ciboria. All the way to the left side of the room is a chest of drawers. The linens are in the top drawer. They currently have everything except the pall. You will find the corporal, the purificators, lavabo towels. On top of that chest of drawers is a wooden missal holder. You'll put that on the altar to hold the altar books. On the right side, when you go in through the little door, there's a white door to get into the right sacristy. The right sacristy contains the vases. It contains the altar candles, unconsecrated host. It has the wine. The wine is in a small refrigerator, which is directly behind that white door. Opposite that white door in that hallway is also a closet with more materials. So let's look to the left side first. On the left side, where you will hang the rainbow chasubles, there is a small sink. The sink is called the piscina. In this sink is where you would clean any of the vessels that were used. The water on this side is cold, so basically you're just getting off any of the blessed sacraments. Then you can take it to the other side where there's hot water and soap, and you can clean them better there. There are chalices both in the closet, and then there's one special chalice in a wooden box that's on a table. This chalice and the paten that goes with it, the paten is the round plate. These are used on Sunday as our second chalice and paten. Also in the closet, you will find the ciborium or the bread box. It could be flat like this one with a little top on it, or it can stand up tall. So when you look in here, there are some extra chalices, and in the back are tall ciboria. On one of the shelves is the large monstrance. This is the monstrance that we will use for the visitation. If we go to the right side, this is the part that you're seeing now behind that white door. There is the refrigerator with the wine. There is holy water in these two containers. There are candles for the altar on the side here. If you run out of candles and need more candles, the bottom closet here underneath, there are candles in there. Mostly we will use these two doors if we're looking for more items that we may possibly need or possibly on top. There are some lighters in there. The cabinet across the hall from here has foot washing bowls on the bottom. These large bowls are for the foot washing service on Thursday for the commissioning mass, and there are some pitchers for water. As you go up the shelves and look a little bit further up, you will find the cruets. There is one set of cruets that does match, but there are no toppers that match to fit them. The New York Episcopal Cursillo has a black box that contains our chalice and our paten and a set of cruets. The garment bag is very big. It contains the 3 rainbow chasubles and 2 stoles. It is best to hang the chasubles up in the left sacristy as soon as possible. If they are wrinkled, you will need to iron them. Mariondale does have an ironing board on the second floor. Please do not let the candidates see you with the rainbow chasubles. These will be used on Sunday. Also in that same garment bag, you will find the gospel reading book, the missal book, a Bible. There's a few other things in there. Every service that contains a Eucharist will require you to set up the stack. The stack is basically the chalice with the linens that need to go on them. They will go on the credence table. The credence table is behind the altar on the left side. This here is our credence table. It is a wooden table with a white linen on it. The required linens are going to be a corporal, which is a very large white square. This one is opened. We will put it out folded. You will need a lavabo towel and a purificator. So if you're looking over here, they're showing you the corporal is open. There's a purificator on top of the chalice, but under the paten, the pall goes on top. Mariondale does not have any palls. Hopefully, we will have 2, hopefully of our own, by the time you are sacristan. The pall is a square cardboard covered with white linen material, and it usually has a cross on top. Under my face here is the lavabo towel. Okay, so here again are the things you will need when setting up the credence table. We'll use our chalice and paten. These are the ones that will be used on Sunday. Just so you can see what the priest will put on the altar when they're getting ready to consecrate. The chalice will be used for the wine. The paten will be used for the host. The unconsecrated host will be in a bread box, also known as a ciborium. You will need the two cruets. One cruet is for wine, one cruet is for water. The larger cruet, or the one that has the larger cross, is usually for water. That gets filled about 3/4 of the way up. The wine is going to stay on the low side depending on how many people there are. On Sunday for Clausura, you will fill this all the way up and you will fill a second cruet of wine. The lavabo bowl at my church is a metal one, but the ones in Mariondale are glass. This glass lavabo bowl can be found in the closet opposite the right sacristy. So when you're ready to set it up, it will be the chalice. Above the chalice will be the purificator, the paten, and then the pall. The pall is this hard cardboard white piece. I see it's underneath my face on here. When I set up altar guild on a Sunday, I usually just pull everything out of the cabinets that I need. I will take out a chalice with a paten, a ciborium, a lavabo bowl, two cruets, a lavabo towel. This is a purificator that is tri-folded. A corporal, this one is folded. It's the giant square. It gets folded 3 down and then 3 across. And a pall. Inside the bread box, here's the top view of one that I used on a Sunday. You are only going to put enough host in here that is needed on any particular day. For example, if you have 20 members on team and 12 candidates, that's a total of 32 people, you will only need to put 29 white hosts. The priest host, which will go on the paten, is a larger host. It is larger, and you can see it's divided into 4. There are 4 marks on it. So 29 plus 4 would give us 33. We have a total of 32. So however many people you have on the weekend, add 1. But remember, the priest host counts as 4. And these are the cruets behind my head here. This is not in the manual given to the sacristan, and I may try to get a couple of copies of this made so that it can be handed to the sacristan. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 is under my head. That's what we use. And 5 and 6 are on Sunday. So basically, you start with the chalice. You put the purificator over the chalice. You have the chalice, the purificator, then the paten. Then on top of the paten, you put the priest host. And on top of the priest host, you put the pall. And we will put the corporal on the pall. We will not use a burse or a veil until Clausura on Sunday. So, the chalice, the paten's next to it. Put the purificator over. Put the paten on top of the purificator. Put the priest host on top of the paten. This is the top view. This is the side view. You'll see the chalice, the purificator, the paten, the priest host. The next thing that goes on is the pall. And then the corporal on top of the pall. This will all get moved over to the credence table. This is a side view of what the stack will look like. Together, this is all known as the stack. When you bring everything over to the credence table from left to right, you will put the lavabo bowl down with a lavabo towel on top of it. Next will be the stack. Then to the right of that, and you can't really see it, there is the bread box, the ciborium, and directly behind the ciborium are the water and wine. Water to the left, wine to the right. You're going to want to turn these around so that the handles are facing back, so that whatever priest is acting as the deacon or the acolyte, when they hand it to the priest who's celebrating the Eucharist or setting up for the Eucharist, they will take the handles. So when the priest comes over, the priest is going to know what to do. They're going to grab the stack first, then the ciborium, then the wine and the bread, and if they will decide if they're going to wash their hands with the lavabo bowl and the lavabo towel. I also tend to put on here a small jar of hand sanitizer. There's not one in this photo, but a hand sanitizer is also helpful. Other items that you should know. Against the back wall of the altar, way to the back, is the processional cross. This blue one is the one we will use. As the sacristan, you are also the crucifer. You will walk with the processional cross during stations of the cross and again on Sunday. Those are the only two times you will have to process with the processional cross. It'll stay here the whole weekend except on Sunday. On Sunday, it will be put to the left side because on Sunday, the Cursillo banner will go here. The candle snuffer is usually on the right window. On the right side, there's a windowsill. There will be a candle snuffer and hopefully a lighter. If not, check the other windowsill. The tabernacle is on the right side, as is the baptismal font. We do not use their tabernacle, but there is a veil on this shelf. We will use a ciborium with one priest host that gets put under here. More about that will come later, but we will put one reserved consecrated priest host under here that will be used in the monstrance for Saturday night. And then when you're facing, whoops, let me go back. When you're facing the church, the podium is on the right side. This is the other view. This podium is where you will put the readings each morning. We are in the chapel twice a day. This particular setup is for Sunday. But what I want to mention is these flowers, these two large arrangements will show up probably on Wednesday. Someone from the fourth day will bring them, and they often leave them by the shield door inside. If they are left there, you will have to put them on a cart, bring them to the chapel, and they go on the top step. There are the brass railing. One goes by the left railing, one goes by the right railing. You will also have a bunch of carnations that will be probably wrapped in plastic. Bring those to the right sacristy and just place them in a vase. You can either put the bottom pieces on, these individual water pieces that go on the bottom when you have time during the weekend, or you can do them Saturday night so that they're ready for Sunday morning. This here particular setup is for Sunday. And that is basically all you need to know for now. I will give you more information on the individual setups, services in the next video.